Hey everyone, just something a little different, taking a break from lawn care. Things are starting to wind down and I'm doing some automotive maintenance on the Volvo. Um, Let me just show you what's going on. We're doing a brake fluid bleeding procedure and then checking the brakes all the way around. So as you can see, I've got the car up on jacks and I've got all the wheels off and ready for an inspection. And also I am getting ready to flush the brakes. One interesting aspect, all the cars I've always had before had a way you could get like a turkey baster or a large diameter tube down in there. This Volvo doesn't. It's got a small holes in the chamber, and it doesn't seem to be removable. So what I've done is I've got a fluid extractor the same extractor that I used for changing the differential fluids, and I've hooked up a small piece of tubing to that, and I'm extracting out the fluid. And let me just show you. I got this from FCP Euro, and you know, it's probably good for a couple times, and then the seals go bad. It starts to swell, and this part here with the tube inserts get a little bit loose. There's an O-ring in there, and I actually had to wrap some electrical tape down in there to get that O-ring to seal properly so I could suck the fluid out. But anyway, I just wanted to show that process to you. So essentially you can just slowly suck the fluid out, and then pour the new fluid in. Now alternatively, you could put the pressure bleeder on it, which I've got sitting over here. I've got a Motive power bleeder in the box there that I'm going to use. And what you could do is you could use the pressure bleeder and you could push down all that fluid through the system. But then that's just a chance I didn't want to take, to push air into the system, because then it would just, I imagine it would take forever to get the fluid or the air out of the system, you know, through the ABS block and all the lines, etc. So this is the way I'm going after it. I haven't seen any other videos that that go at it this way. Normally, like I said, I would just take a turkey baster and do that. So I'm going to finish up sucking most of the fluid out, and then I'll top it off with new fluid, and then we'll do a brake check and bleed. Let's just take a look now after I got all of the fluid out as much as I could. You can see that the reservoir is mostly empty except for just that little nub at the end. I think my tube was a little too short. And for reference, in case you're wondering, I was able to extract out just over 200 milliliters, or just under 8 ounces of fluid, and it's golden. Doesn't look terrible, but it certainly needs a change. It's been within the allotted 2-year time. As far as materials, I'm using the original equipment, brake fluid. Since I do it myself, I can save some money on the labor, and then I can treat myself and buy the original quality products. But any .4 fluid would work well here. So I'm just going to top the reservoir off, and then we'll get to... Alright, so let's take a look at the brake pads. This is really amazing to me, that the amount of wear on these is so small. This car has 89,000 miles on it, and there's still a good, there's still a good ½ inch of pad. I'll show you on the other side, on the outboard side. Now the outboard pads seem to be wearing a lot less than the inboards, but there is still half that thickness on the inside, which is really good. Now it's a little different story. On the back, if you look at the inspection, it's hard to see, sorry. But basically, we've got like maybe 3 millimeters left on the inside pad, and you know, quite a bit on the outside, but definitely the inside pads are wearing faster. And the back brakes were replaced under warranty at about 45,000 miles, so that's right on the expectation. The thickness for this rotor is 26 millimeter, and if I get my measurement tool in here, oh, that's inches, sorry, inches, here we go, millimeter. We're at, 27, oops. Okay, so if you read the top of the hat, the minimum thickness is 26 millimeters. And if I measure this out, we're at about 28 millimeters. So there's plenty of life left, but I have a feeling that once those pads need to be replaced, the rotors will too. Now in this case here, I measured it with a different ruler, and the minimum thickness is listed to be 9 millimeters, and it's at 10. There's only a millimeter left. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the back pads and rotors, and I'll get those on order. But for now, we're just going to do fluid bleed for now. Alright, so we're all set up, and we got the Power Bleeder 1100, which is the European spec. Up top we got the bleeder set up. I haven't pumped it up, but I think I'll pump it up to maybe, you know, keep it easy on the system, 10 psi. And down here we got a fitting to go over the brake bleeder, and I just have to set up my bottles. I also bought the bottle kit. Not necessary, but like I said, kind of a splurge, because I don't have to pay the dealer or someone else to do it. Makes things a lot easier. So I'll hook those up, and then we'll... Right, so we've got it up to 10 psi and it's holding. And we've got our bottle set up, and I pre-cracked this. So let's just see how it goes. Oh, nice. And the fluid looks really good. It seems to be about the same color as what went in. And we're still at 10 psi. Starting to fill up. Alright, I'll check back in with you after I get... Oh, maybe we'll just stick with this. I guess I'm expecting, I don't know, thought maybe there would be some bubbles. It seems to be that the system's in good shape. Got the major container about halfway full, way up top there. It's still at about 8 psi. Alright, it's down to about 5 now. If I can pump this up. Up to 8. And we got about 1/3 of a bottle. I think I'll stop it right there. No air on that one. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, same setup. Now we're on the passenger side front, and same deal. Just gonna get in here, crack this bleeder screw, real gentle, real gentle. Alright, there we go. This is really nice. Fluid looks really good. I guess this is a benefit of when you change it every 2-ish years. I'm actually maybe at 2.5. But I'm glad to see there's no bubbles in the system, and the color is not much darker than the brand new stuff. Well, that's good. So I think I'll run this until almost the bottle's full, because these front lines are shorter, certainly shorter than the back ones. And maybe the back ones are, maybe they'll be more oxidized, maybe they'll be darker. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see when we get back there. There's still a lot of fluid in the top container. I'd say there's probably maybe 3 bottles worth, maybe more. So if I run a whole bottle on each of the back sides, get that long line. I mean, it's a small diameter line, so it's not a lot of volume, but I can do that and then come back to the front and bleed those one more time. Alright, but we're almost there. I did pump it up a little higher this time, maybe go a little faster. It was about just under 15 psi. Just snug that up. And that's it. And we'll move to the back. Alright, so here we are at the driver's side rear. So going from closest to the reservoir to the farthest away from the reservoir. And the nipple size has changed a little bit, so I had to change to a different fitting here. That's tight. Wow. Huh. It's got me worried a little bit. Hope it doesn't snap off. Alright, let me get a proper wrench. Alright, so I've changed my setup here a little bit. I've got a 9/16 inch socket on that bit, and I'm going to try and break it loose with that. Get a little bit more leverage on it. There we go. It's coming a little bit. Wow, look at it torque though. It's coming. There we go. Wow. Okay, now it's starting, fluid's starting to come out. So tighten that back up, and we'll get the wrench on it. And get some paper towels. If we come up around the front, pressure still looks good. Just under 15, between 10 and 15. And we're at just about quarter, maybe a little less. So I'm just going to let this go, and I'll check in with you on the final side. So far so good. Alright, we're on the final one. Just a couple of bubbles. Nothing serious. And I'm just going to probably purge this one and get all of the rest of the fluid out that's left in the container here. There's a little bit left in there. And then we'll want to push this reservoir down so it's not overfull. All right. Really not much to it. I'll just finish this up, and then we'll button everything up and put a parts order in for the rear brakes. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. It's a pretty easy process to bleed the brakes on the Volvo, and we're good for another 2 years. Alright, one final check-in. I removed the pressure bleeder, and you can see that our reservoir is overfilled. It's right to the top. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the extractor just like I did before and fish it in there, and we'll just remove the fluid until it's at the max level. And we're there. So that's it. So I hope you found this useful, and we'll catch you next time. And until next time, we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.